Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's off-season outlook and discussion for April 16th, 2022. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the models to see if anything is brewing in the next 7 days. And I'm going to go 7 days because I just don't really think there's going to be anything in the next 7 days. So it doesn't hurt to look, right? So with that being said, we are, like I said, we're in April 16th. We only got 29 days left until the start of the tropical weather outlooks that the National Hurricane Center starts posting on May 15th. What those do is they give you like a 5-day, outlook to show if there's anything out there that's going to potentially form or not. But I have a suspicion that we may get something before May 15th. I mean, there is an MGO passage, a pretty decent MGO passage that is predicted to come through at the beginning of May. So, we may have to look for something in early May, but, that is then, this is now. And that's just a bold prediction on my part. And we are 46 days away from the official start of the hurricane season in the Atlantic Basin. So we are getting down to crunch time for, to get, prepared for hurricane season. Here's the thing. Do not wait until you're in a cone to get prepared. You should be prepared ahead of time before the season even starts so that, the only thing you really got to do is put your shutters up, and that's it. I mean, you probably got your food pantry filled up. You got bottled water, I'm sure, by that point. Make sure you guys got your insurances settled for the season because, God forbid a powerful hurricane comes through and, just rooms a mess with everything. You want to make sure that you're insured, or that's going to be even worse for you. So with that being said, we are going to be taking a look at the sea surface temperatures. And what we're going to do now is we're going to actually compare 2 days to each other to see how everything is warming up, see what kind of temperatures we're looking at here. And we're looking here at the 14th. Like I said, the Gulf Stream is 26 degrees Celsius, so that's plenty warm enough for tropical cyclone development. And then you saw this warm tongue here, indicative of those 26s and 27s, starting to make their way up towards the Gulf Coast, northern Gulf Coast here. So now we're going to take a look at the 15th now. And look at how far north those 26 degrees Celsius waters have come up during just the past day alone. We're talking about 100 to 200 miles away from the Alabama Mississippi coast here. So these waters are starting to quickly work their way north. And as you can see, some of these other places are starting to slowly work their way north too here. So in the Bay of Campeche, you got 26s and 27s, where yesterday there was only a small little speck of 27s here, but now we got a lot more 27s here in the Bay of Campeche. And as you can see, some of this warmth here in the MDR region, the western MDR region, you can see that it was this far south yesterday, but now you see that we're getting close to the 12-degree north line with this, 26-degree isotherm here. So, like I said, anything 26 and over is, good for tropical cyclone development, favorable, as they say. So now we're going to take a look at the ENSO at 3.4 region. And so far we have stayed steady. We have actually dipped since my last video that I did. We are now at a negative 0.969, which is getting moderately close to that moderate La Nina stage. So we're going to have to see how long this sticks around. But as you guys know from the CPC updates, that they predict La Nina to try to stick around towards the end of the year. So, La Nina just doesn't want to give up. That's just the way of the land right now. We're in that pattern where a cooler Central Eastern Pacific is the name of the game, which was the reason why we had so many super active seasons as of late. So, like I said, I've predicted, when I put my predictions out, I put 18 to 22 named storms. We're going to see how that all works out in the end. So with that being said, let's take a look at the CFS models. We haven't taken a look at these for a while, and this is for the month of May. And you can see, since the last time I showed this, that it still shows tons of moisture and precipitation here in the Caribbean, near Cuba, Jamaica, Hispaniola, Haiti, all those other places. And some of that moisture is here in the subtropics too. Now, this is the precipitation anomalies here, and this could be indicative of your pop-up showers and thunderstorms, or a tropical system that is going to try to want to develop from those pop-up showers and thunderstorms. It all just depends on the water temperatures, which, in the Caribbean, the water temperatures are always warm enough for tropical cyclone development. And, well, you're going to have to look at wind shear and all of that other stuff. So right now, the precipitation anomaly forecast for May, could lead up to a potential tropical cyclone as we head to the month of May. So now we're going to take a look at June, and as you know, June is more widespread with the precipitation, and normally it always is. And you can see that we have some decent precipitation here in the Caribbean, Eastern Caribbean, subtropics, and here is an interesting anomaly here over Florida too. So, like I've been saying, could be your typical pop-up shower or thunderstorm, or a developing tropical cyclone or subtropical cyclone. Like I said, when you take a look at the precipitation anomalies, it could be one or the other. So that's just how we look at things as we progress towards the hurricane season. So with that being said, let's take a look at the bulk shear anomalies here. And you can see, we're going to go back here. You see all that precipitation here in the Caribbean, right? As you can see, we got some favorable wind shear here in those same exact spots here. So that's pretty interesting to highlight there as we head towards the month of May. And this has been pretty consistent with, the CFS over the last month and a half, is favorable wind shear and tons of precipitation in the Caribbean. So we can't ignore the fact that it could try to trigger a tropical cyclone, whether it be from, just precipitation, or a CAG, Central American Gyre, that forms in Central America. And that's what me and Weather Hub TV have been pinpointing over the last month, is a Central American gyre that could potentially set up in the northwestern Caribbean islands. So with that, let's take a look at June, and it's pretty much more of the same. Let's go to the precipitation here. You see all this widespread precipitation, right? So what do we have here? Favorable wind shear. It's interesting. I mean, just because, obviously I'm going to point this out, just because that you have the precipitation in the favorable wind shear doesn't mean something's automatically going to pop up. It has a better chance of doing so, but it doesn't guarantee something will pop up. But the features are there for favorability in the month of May and June. So we can't take our eyes off of anything that tries to pop in the Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean, or the subtropics in the months of May and June. All right, so now we're going to take a look at some of the models here. Haven't done this in a while either. As you can see, there's a few features here. I think this is pretty much an upper level low, or here with this 1007 millibars, a thermal low. And as you can see, it doesn't really do anything. It kind of just fizzles out as it heads, southwestward. And then we got around this high pressure. And then we got something trying to pop up here. This has been on a lot of people's attention list here over the last week or so. This tail end of the front. See, but as you can see, it remains frontal, so nothing comes out of that. And then we get out here to 168, and then you don't really see anything right now. There is some enhanced precipitation here in the southwestern Atlantic, for Cuba, Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and probably parts of Florida here as we get into the next 7 days. So not really too much to worry about here in terms of anything tropical. Now we're going to take a look at the ECMWF, the European. So it still has this thermal low like the GFS does, but as you guys know, this only goes out about 90 hours, so we're not going to be too hooked up on this. And as you can see, you know, this frontal boundary, you know, this, you know, a lot of people thought that something was going to form out of this, but, you know, I knew deep in my heart that nothing was going to come out of this. So, you know, take it as you will. It will remain frontal. There is a low pressure area out there in those areas, but, you know, right now it's going to pretty much remain frontal for the entire rest of its life. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching. A little bit later on this evening, I'm going to have an update on Invest 93S, which could threaten Madagascar. You know, God forbids, they've already been hit 5 or 6 times already. So, you know, the Southwest Indian Ocean wants to say, surprise! Well, not really, because it's, you know, nobody wants that. And, you know, well, I'm going to help you guys, you know, get through that if it does, you know, come to Madagascar. That's what I do. I like to help people. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.